off and racing, and Murray Carter, I think, may have got the better of them on the outside. Harry Bargwanna comes down on the inside to protect that in the Nissan Pulsar and actually makes it into the first turn, and that will leave Murray a little suspect on the outside as they come down to turn 2. But he settles in there quite nicely, and the leader gets away, Bargwanna, and the champion Sparkplug Nissan out to probably just a car length now as they sweep into the left-hander.
Yeah, well, a good start always pays dividends, and when you've got pole to take advantage of that, Bargwanna didn't miss a bet there. Murray had a good start as well, but as Mike said, not quite enough to get through that first tight turn.
Looks like 14 has gone to Gowings there as they came through. That was Matt Lehman. Matt Lehman in the Nissan Pulsar has managed to pick it up. The field's disappeared though, Matt.
Slippery through those S's, and quite chilly here at Winton this morning. Tires still needing to get a bit more heat into them. These cars are relatively light. No, not that way, thank you. Freeways in front.
That was Murray out there in the rough at the moment, but Harry Bargwanna will come round to complete the first lap. He leads, not ever so comfortably from Murray Carter, who knows this circuit fairly well. 31, Phil Morris in the Nissan Pulsar comes up into third. Looks for a dive down there, and also looking for the Volvo with Tony Scott, making some good ground there as they come down to turn number 2.
And how the production cars have changed, even just for 1994. Gone are, of course, the Fords and Commodores, the Mazdas, the Toyotas, down to a 2.5-litre formula. They have to be front-wheel drive, and the action has improved, Alan Moffat.
Yes, it has, mate. These little Nissans are very perky. The fellows are quite excited about participating in this class. And, of course, a tight circuit like Winton, where top speed's not absolutely the end of the world, these cars are not lost at all. And these fellows are having a good time and learning a lot of good racecraft.
And it's also affordable motorsport for them, Alan.
Well, it is, Mike. The cars are standard, and of course, a lot of tender, loving care and energy can still be put in labor. But the base cost of the car is not earth-shattering like a Group A car is today.
Here's Harry Bargwanna leading, but the veteran Murray Carter, still the open face helmet. He's crouched over the wheel, looking down the inside, still enjoying his motorsport as he comes up behind Bargwanna as they reel off the second of 10 laps.
I'd love to have $1 for every lap that Murray Carter's completed in his career.
Given that Murray did a lot of his racing in custom lines earlier,
yes,
this must be claustrophobic motorsport for Murray.
A great old fellow. He's done tremendous for the sport over the years.
We mentioned all the guys in this race. There's a young lady at the back of the pack, Sydney-sider Gwenda Searle, in her Suzuki Swift GTI.
Well, she'd have to be Swift coming from Sydney, wouldn't she, Andy?
Certainly would.
That's the only language you understand in Sydney is Swift.
Once again to the left-hander, 13th. The lass is running at the moment as Murray Carter lets Harry Bargwanna know he's got a race on his hands.
Murray definitely giving him the rear-view mirror treatment, Mike.
Well, if you're driving defensively at Winton, you're on the inside on the exit to the straight, and that's exactly where Harry wants to be to keep Murray away from trying to pass there.
Down through the S's. This is a right, followed by a left-right switchback. Very, very dicey part of the circuit. Drivers have to come up onto this pit straight absolutely precisely. If they miss their apex, they can get in a lot of trouble.
Phil Morris goes through there, still running in third. Looking for Scott here going through in the Volvo. The danger here is Phil Morris, who really has got nowhere to go. He's either going to have to elect to go with Bargwanna down the inside and try and pass Murray down the back straight.
And Mark Brame, the lone Suzuki in the top 4 here. Certainly not out of this one. He's biding his time. But Alan Moffat, Murray Carter has tried everything. Is there still?
This is the. I thought that was it. He locked up one going in, and
there's still time, Andy, and he's just positioning himself. They're driving extremely cleanly, very sportingly. I'm sure Murray could have knocked the lead car around a bit, quite a few times, and hasn't. Look, you can't get much closer than that. Being very fair about it. Bargwanna diving over to the right-hand lane. That's what he has to do. That's a defensive position. He must do that, otherwise Murray will do what he's trying to do here, but runs out of road.
Paul Morris is looking for the inside run on Murray Carter if he gets any wider. These 2-litre 4-cylinder pocket rockets really putting on a great show.
They are.
An ever-building Winton crowd here. Laps and time is running out. as they head into the right-hander. This is where Murray Carter made his big move last lap around. He can't do it this time.
He's got Phil Morris and Mark Brame right behind him. And I think Bargwanna has driven very, very well here. He's had the... he had the temptation to stay to the inside line on the back straight. That was probably the most positive move from lap 1.
Can't blame him for that.
No, and Murray has tried everything, including glaring at him.
Yes. There might even be the odd horn going off out there that we can't hear.
I can tell you Murray wouldn't have the stereo on at this stage.
Murray's been in this position before, and he's probably been in Bargwanna's position before in the production cars.
Here we go again, same routine inside. Murray's elected. No, he'll just take the draft this time. He's not really pulling his usual stunt.
Just getting the lie right for the turn was Bargwanna.
He's very efficient through the S's, Murray. You can see him charging the lead car here, and this is as close as he gets. He'd like to be able to be even a bit closer. That right-hander onto the straight is bothering him a bit. He can't quite get the distance he needs to lunge at Bargwanna into this right-hander off pit straight.
Just under 2 laps remain in this one, and a classic battle it will be to the checkered flag. Harry Bargwanna leads from Murray Carter, Phil Morris and Mark Brame in the Suzuki. Alan, the front-wheel drive on a very slippery Winton circuit, it wouldn't be your ideal run. Should be a little wobbly, I would imagine, a little rough.
Yes, but good engineering in these cars, Andy, and with the fine amount of tuning that the teams are permitted under the regulations, they appear to have them running well, and it doesn't appear to be bothering the drivers at all.
Bargwanna, I think they're doing a little brake testing, see how quick Murray's reflexes are.
Well, he might come on second best if he's even thinking about that, but he goes immediately to the inside again. Closer than a cannonball run, this.
Well, a little bit closer than a cannonball run.
Not as fast, but anyway, they're doing a great job as they come down the back straight to the right-hander. They'll take the last lap board this time around, and Harry Bargwanna, driving the Nissan Pulsar Triple S, comes out of the bottom turn. Identical equipment. Murray Carter runs in second spot behind them. And identical equipment is Phil Morris and Mark Brame in the Suzuki Swift, who just can't get a handle on this. He's got a wall of cars in front of him, and he has tried.
Actually, Morris is getting quite impatient back there as well. I think he's probably saying, come on, Murray, we can do a little better than this. But just not being able to capitalize on any mistakes from the lead car. Harry Bargwanna has done a good job here for 10 laps this morning.
Once again through the flip-flop, and Bargwanna holds that advantage over the veteran Murray Carter. There's Mark Brame in the Suzuki, car number 42, right up on the tail of Phil Morris, who runs in third. And they're doing a little bit of switch hitting there, sitting in behind Murray Carter.
Yeah, a few lights left on the track as Brame gets a little impatient. Now, this is where Carter has been trying.
That's Brame now, has got the run here. If he's really quick, I don't know whether he'll be able to.
He might be able to.
Oh, this is great stuff.
If he can hold them off, he will.
Murray's only made one mistake. And 31, Phil Morris gets through. He had to wait a long time for that, but it's checkered flag time as they come out of the bottom turn, and Harry Bargwanna in the Nissan Pulsar will take it. Phil Morris gets up for second, Mark Brame takes third, and the veteran Murray Carter, who was second for 9 3/4 laps, goes to fourth.
Got shuffled.
A great drive from young Harry Bargwanna. An interesting race for the tourers here at Winton. Oh yes, confirming the placings in the production cars. Harry Bargwanna, the race winner over Phil Morris. Third was Mark Brame. Murray Carter dropped to fourth, and Warren Rush finished fifth.